Welcome back, Jammers. It's me, Jason. I'm here with Mandy. I'm here with Adrian. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and let us know what's up. We'd like to hear from you. How are y'all doing? Benny in the background crying.
It's a lovely evening. I can't wait to hear what you have for us. So today, Jason is going to entertain us. So
today, we talk about conspiracy theories.
Dun dun dun.
That's right.
I have a few of my own. So doing research for this topic's really hard because you get on the rabbit hole and you're like, I believe some of these. Oh,
maybe that's true.
I want to deep dive into that.
Could it work? I don't know. Maybe not.
I was like, this conspiracy theory sounds stupid, but it's on the nose.
Did you have one that you wanted to talk about?
I want you to go first. I can intertwine mine with yours.
Well, we'll see. So my one of the two that I want to talk about tonight, and then I'll sprinkle in some thoughts that I've had about conspiracy theories, and one that came to my mind that I don't know if anybody's actually talked about or thought about, but
here we go. We're gonna start another fucking conspiracy theory. If you do it right, we can get up there with QAnon and have a cult following for no good reason.
Oh, well, we're gonna end with what my conspiracy theory is that I'm gonna start.
Oh,
so
I need a stronger drink.
Get ready for this. But first, I want to talk about Denver's International Airport. Has anybody actually been?
Oh my god, I want to go so bad.
I do too.
I don't know what's going on with Denver International Airport.
I very much.
You have seen a Bailey Sarian episode about it, whether you remember it or not.
Okay, I don't remember it. But I'm sure I have.
So there's secret societies that are called the New World Order. That deal with the global elites, and they have big bunkers underneath the Denver International Airport and a bunch of tunnels and secrecies. There's a thing that's there's a plaque that's on the ground that's
So under the table we have a little ledge, and Chini has decided to sit up there, and Chini is a little bitty Chewini. Did you put him up there?
No.
He just jumped up there.
He jumped from the chair onto there.
Like that was a good idea for him. Okay, anyways, it was just funny.
Sorry, that made me cackle. Jeannie, why are you like this?
I want to be part of it.
There are a couple of very, very interesting art pieces in this airport.
Yes,
do tell.
But
so all of this stuff's just going on in this airport.
Yes, all of this
is this a very big airport?
Yes, it's big.
Okay.
It is a big international airport. Now, there is a dedicated plaque that's near the Westin Hotel and the University of Colorado A line that's in the hotel. So if you've seen this plaque, it's got the Freemasons logo on it, and then it's got the date that they gave this airport this plaque, which is March 19th of 1994. Now right under that, the words New World Airport Commission is engraved in that, and no one can find that company or organization listed anywhere, and that's where a lot of those conspiracy theories have started to really run with it. So
do they think that the Freemasons put that under there?
No, it's not part of the Freemasons.
Isn't it?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's more like what? Is it not?
So it's another elite secret society group like the Freemasons.
Well,
so.
They think like Biden and Obama and some of the Congress people that are there now are like New
in the
World
skulls.
Well, isn't that plaque a time capsule?
Underneath it, they do have a time capsule that is meant to be open in 2094 that has some quote-unquote artifacts in it.
I bet it's a giant dildo. I bet they're making people wait till 94.
Will I be alive in 2094?
It'd be like 100 and something.
I mean, probably not
Could
enough
be.
to know that they pulled out some time capsule from Dallas
That would
International
be interesting
Airport.
to be around.
I just want to know what it is. Why can't we break it earlier? Why can't we? What if it's dangerous and we need to open it sooner?
No,
Well,
fuck
then I
all
won't be
them
around
people
if
in
it blows
2094.
everything up,
Yeah, I don't give a
so.
fuck about them people.
What if it could advance society to 2094 standards? I don't know. Whatever's down
What
there.
if it's a time machine?
Ooh, what if it is a time machine? Now, that's funny. So, time machine, I don't know how I made this leap, but there's also a rumor that there are the lizard people living underneath Dallas International Airport. And
Dallas.
or Denver International Airport, excuse me. And it is actually like linked. So, the big cavernous thing underneath it is kind of in that same realm with the whole hollow earth thing and possibly an entrance into that.
So we thinking like Mario Luigi movie kind of world?
Maybe. That's a hell of a callback. Maybe.
It really is.
Now, the airport has a 40-piece public art collection. And the most notable, or one of the most notable pieces, is called Notre Denver gargoyle sculptures that are near the east and the west side baggage claim areas. So they kind of standing out there, gargoyles on the inside of the airport. Normally those are meant as waterways for drainage purposes of the building.
Their original purposes is to fight demons or
Right,
whatever.
but architecturally wise, people would use
Right.
gargoyles as
for the drainage, yeah.
as a
For the,
drainage system.
Rain gutters.
Now, there is a Mustang sculpture that is out there that is called the Big Blue Horse or Blucifer.
That's my favorite
Blucifer.
fucking one.
Blucifer. Now, because it is blue, and the artist decided that the eyes needed to glow, and the artist decided that the color those eyes needed to glow was red.
Yes.
So that plays into the whole Illuminati, secret society, sinister influences, New World Order, or Nazis.
It also has giant detailed bowls.
That is the
if you're gonna
one
do it
thing
right.
that you've mentioned and noticed this whole time.
I mean, they're like gold outlined.
Listen.
I mean, maybe. There's another art piece that has a lot of people's attention that's called the Children of the World Dream piece, and it's got a giant Nazi with a gas mask, his weapon, and a giant sword going at the children. So all of these things kind of leading people to believe that this is underneath that airport is some big bunker for like Illuminati, that kind of thing, or government officials, rich people in case there's an apocalypse.
Hiding in plain sight, kind of. It's
Right.
They built something over top of something to keep the something hidden.
Exactly.
Personally, I think it's hysterical.
Oh, absolutely. It is awesome. So there's tunnels underneath it. There's been scribblings found that are of alien shapes.
Okay. I can go and I can draw some fucked up symbol and then have 20 people come in. Oh my god, that's an alien symbol. It's not that hard to claim alien symbol.
Oh, yeah.
Freaking stupid.
Yes, geometry. It's the aliens.
I mean, really?
And then the other thing was, so there's a budget on the airport, and it was like $6 billion over budget or something. And a lot of people are questioning where all this extra money went into and that kind of thing.
People's
So,
pockets?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. So
The fun part about it is the entire airport looks like a swastika.
yes,
I
that's
mean,
the other
the
thing.
Nazis built it.
That's what they are. That's what it is. The swastika-shaped runways.
Those gargoyles have old man faces.
Yeah, they're,
Yeah, that's like
They're
the
all
evil
weird.
monkeys from The Wizard of Oz. That's not gargoyle.
There's also just said to be a tunnel that connects the Denver International Airport to NORAD, 100 miles south of Colorado Springs. So the tunnels are under the ground and secret.
Yes. That's why everyone knows about them through conspiracy theories.
Underground tunnels.
You can't. You're not rich enough.
Obviously, people who aren't rich enough know about these because otherwise it's,
Nope. They're just talked about by
secret.
some people, so.
Well, they know they're tunnels and they know where the openings to the tunnels are.
They were just able to catch glimpses of them before they were escorted out of the airport.
They still know where the tunnels are. Sneak back in and take a camcorder. I mean, you can record damn near anything and everything nowadays.
Everything's public information.
That is true. So, that's one of the conspiracy theories that I wanted to touch on.
So do you think this is one of the locations that they do the blood sacrifices for the government?
Well, I mean, sure.
Does that only happen in a certain month?
It's in April.
Ooh,
Yeah,
nice.
for some reason.
For some reason?
Yes.
Easter.
It brings on spring and Easter. That's right. You've got to make blood sacrifices in order to bring the egg-laying bunny back to life.
No, it's the green reptilian bunny. God.
Nonetheless.
Sacrifices to Cthulhu. People just go missing in April.
That's what
so.
a lot of people tie the support that abortion gets from Congress people specifically to that.
And they are absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Every aborted fetus goes to Satan
I mean,
for his army.
Makes sense.
For
Right?
fighting baby fetuses in the apocalypse.
Baby demons.
But they do. That's why they were pushing so hard, to have abortion all the way up to like the day of birth and all that stuff. I don't know. It's just
Some countries do that.
Because every baby killed is a baby for Satan's army. No babies go to heaven. You're hearing this now, listeners. Not a single baby has ever gone to heaven. Not one.
How do you know that? It's your conspiracy.
They can't repent. They're too young to know what a sin is.
No, they're innocent. They're innocent souls. They had.
No,
if
we're all
you're-
born
no,
with
no,
sin.
No, you are. But it's something like you don't know or something like that, because it's the same with people who are like severely mentally challenged who don't understand how things work and what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
They go to hell
say
too.
they don't know that they all of that, so they still go to heaven. And it's just weird. Anyways, let's go to your next.
Yes, before I become more insensitive and
No,
make more
that's-
people angry.
It's okay. So, everyone has heard of Area 51.
Oh, good God.
Aliens crash landed. That's where they're stored. That's where they're held. Everyone knows it. There's no doubt about it. Okay?
I
So-
like how just boisterous and egotistical we are as a species to think that we could hold an alien.
Damn, Skippy.
They don't have their oxygen mask on.
Yeah, fuck
So,
them.
and the Earth's atmosphere, the Earth's gases are poisonous.
Funny
to them.
of you to assume they breathe.
Right?
Huh?
I mean,
This
it's
is
in-
our
it's
planet.
in
We are the
every
gods
movie.
of
It's
this
in
planet.
every movie.
Oh God.
Movies
They
tell
can't
the
all
truth.
lie.
They're all documentaries.
Oh fuck.
So, the base Area 51 is in the southern portion of Nevada. So it's 83 miles northwest of Las Vegas. It originally opened up as a secret base for the Air Force to do training missions. And that was in 1951, something about close to it, before they finally released the information when the Freedom of Information Act came to requests in 2005 to declassify the documents about Area 51.
If we are holding a alien hostage, we need to let that bitch go. We do
Hell
not
no.
need intergalactic
What are they?
wars.
Free rates for everyone. They're
So
the reptilians.
If they were adult-ish age, in 1951. Did they come by themselves?
They could have been teenagers who stole their parents'
Okay,
spaceship.
nonetheless, so that was in 51. It's been 50, 60, 70 years.
We still need to let them bitches go.
I don't think so. Well, we need more probes, I feel.
Maybe that's why we've been getting probed.
Maybe.
They're trying to find their long lost relatives.
Oh shit.
So even though the government doesn't want to agree or tell that they have aliens, I will point out that my theory and what I want to come to the realization is that presidents have asked about Area 51 and aliens. And Bill Clinton asked. He said that they didn't tell him anything. Obama asked, and Obama said that he didn't find out anything either. Trump says he knows interesting things about Area 51. But here's the thing. Here's my theory. There's a secret classification that is so high that even it's above the presidency. The presidents can't know about it.
Plausible deniability. Independence Day taught us that.
Nonetheless, it's classification that the presidents can't even touch. So when they ask about it, they get told whatever. My theory stems to presidents have found out about it. And those presidents have been assassinated. So John F. Kennedy, he must have found out about Area 51. And that's why he was really killed.
I have my own conspiracy theory on him.
What is your conspiracy theory on him?
Mob.
Ties to the mob?
No, the mob did not want him to become president because he was anti union or mob or whatever they were trying to get out at that time.
Anti-union?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think he was another blood sacrifice, so.
Was it in April?
Was it in April? Oh my.
What about his brother?
I think he knew. I think they found out about something. I think John F. Kennedy found out specifics on the aliens in Area 51 and was killed because of it. And before he was killed, was able to pass on some of this information to other family members. And that's why Robert Kennedy was assassinated also. So I think the Kennedys played a bigger part into the Area 51 thing than most people realize.
He was not murdered in April. It was November. But cryogenics means we can preserve bodies.
He was literally shot in the head, though.
And we don't need the brain. We just need the blood. I mean, they don't need the brain. They just need the blood.
I mean, I don't... It is one of my favorite quotes, and I'll always say this, from Independence Day, Men in Black, when Tommy Lee Jones is talking to Will Smith's character. And he's like, a person is smart, logical, and has common sense, or whatever it is, but people are panicky and have the mob mentality, and that's why you can't give them certain information. Because as a individual, they can process it. As a group, they can't.
I don't even know if as an individual they can process it because racism still exists, and you know.
then
Takes a special
they
kind
can
of dumb
process
to...
it. They may be against it and don't like it and try to kill them, but they process it.
I mean, if we have knowledge of aliens, we can't. Like, look at how well we're handling someone having a different skin color than us.
No, I know. That's probably
Cool.
why the aliens keep on going by. Because we can't be so egotistical to think that we are the only friggin' species.
Absolutely not. But we also have no proof, because we have no communication, to know how far advanced that their
They don't
technology
want to
is.
communicate with us.
They're probably just stuck on their planet too.
I mean,
Well, the Pentagon did release 3 UFO videos taken by U.S. Navy pilots in April of 2020. So,
I think that there.
That's a
I
blood
think-
sacrifice, man.
No.
You can't trust that.
I think that there are signs, and I think that people, have seen things. I think that the simple fact that the government tries to shut it up so hard and so fast is proof that it exists. Because why are you going to come in that hot and heavy on denying something? And looks like a bird.
that's a big ass bird that's in front of a jet.
It looks
Neat.
like a bird.
It's who we're giving the blood sacrifices to.
The aliens?
Yes.
We got to keep them alive.
But now
Do they live off of blood?
They probably need it for the iron or something.
Are the aliens the vampires?
I
Oh,
think
fuck.
no. I think that because Ancient Aliens, I think, has actually hit on this a little bit. The aliens weren't the some people think that the aliens were the gods that people were praying to, right? And they would, bring them offerings and sacrifices and all that. And some believe that, yes, they were good and they helped. And others believe that, no, they weren't good and they had to sacrifice and kill people and bring them, to show them, loyalty and all that.
That was the one
Right.
queen that bathed in blood. Maybe she learned that from someone.
Right?
Was it in April?
I don't know. She did that all the time, though.
She did.
So.
And it was...
Did it start in April?
It was
Ah.
only was it virgins and beautiful girls, like girls that were pretty or attractive.
The best blood.
Yeah. Virgin or no.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, I think, why are you going to deny something so hard and then not have people think, okay, you're lying out of your ass?
Right.
I don't think denial is necessarily proof of existence, though.
It depends on how strong the denial is. I mean, you see it with any and everything. People, how you pick up on people lying is by how defensive and no, and trying to explain things away, and then forgetting their explanations and making up other explanations. Let's be honest, our government's not that smart.
I'll disagree. The government's very smart,
No, our military is smart.
and they're using, because proof is in the pudding, because they've turned the whole right to vote and two-party system, and they've flipped it where it's a us versus them in order for people to stay in power.
Pit the people against each other.
then-
Yeah, that's
This
all it
goes
is.
back to
So they may be dumb
even
in
though-
aspects.
well, no, even though Roswell wasn't until like the 1950s or whatever. So you're saying aliens and the knowledge of aliens goes back to founding fathers and all of that.
No, even before that. Absolutely.
Okay, so then do you think Abraham Lincoln was assassinated because
100%.
he found out about the aliens?
I
And
don't
was going
think
to release it.
humans have enough will to keep a secret that big. So
I don't know.
When it comes to money, like if you take some of the theories, right, that all of these technological advances that we're making and jumping so fast, so quick. I mean, think about 100 years ago. Where were we at compared to where we're at now with little itty bitty CPU chips that can do
But
hundreds
I
of
think
billions
that's
of
not
stuff.
giving humans enough credit.
You can look back.
Sure,
at the,
you could say so.
You can look back at the pyramids for this because a lot of people, a lot of archaeologists and scientists and stuff, people say and historians say that with the materials that they had then, there's no way they could have on their own built.
I don't
those
think
pyramids.
that's true either.
No, where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah. Like, I think that's just a bunch of people not willing to give brown
Ancient
people
aliens were
a
there to help.
grain of being able to use levers and pulleys.
Yeah. Well, if you have
I hate
100,000 slaves,
the fact that you say that as brown people because there's stone work done in Europe and everything that don't fit
Great.
either.
People back then knew how to use levers and pulleys.
well, no, I mean, every country had slaves. They did. The low, poor class, they were slaves.
Well, no one's arguing that point.
So if you
But I
have,
think it's across the board. There's oddities, and when they are dated, don't fit in.
can I finish? If you have so many people, like the Stonehenge thing, they're huge, right? You can make a ladder that reaches up to really big stones, and you can have ladders all the way around, and you have stone chipper weighers people, and they can chip away the stones and carve the stones. The pyramids.
Well, Stonehenge, I'll disagree because they're I'd have to look it up, but they're set to specific things. Like they're all set to something. They weren't just there by nature.
Coincidence.
No, not a coincidence.
People building them. I don't.
Yeah, but how do you move them and place them with logs?
I can't tell if you're just playing into this game really hard or not, and it's kind of bothering me.
It's like horsepower, right? If you have thousands of people doing one thing, like
There's not enough grip.
They're saying like if you have enough people to hoist or to push over something onto a pulley system and have it drugged and rolled and then propped back up, if you have 100 people around that thing, strong guys where literally they were born into slavery or born into that class of people.
I'm also assuming there wasn't a whole lot to do back then either, so why the fuck not? Let's build these giant architectural structures.
What I think is really weird and not unexplainable is they have these designs in the fields or in
those are interesting.
yeah, because
like
you have to be up
circles.
really high to be able to tell people how to do it.
Oh, I love crop circles. Those are
And-
amazing.
Well, they're crop circles, but they're like older. They go way back before crop circles even started. These were like, I don't know, but they were like huge, and you had to be up high, like over
see
it
'em.
almost
Yeah.
to see the patterns. And they're like, A, who was up that high to see them? And B, if you're on the ground and you can't see it, why do you want to make it pretty design?
I don't know. And
Who are you trying to
probably
impress?
an SOS to the. Hey, we crash landed on this planet. I guess we're gonna try to populate it, but can you come get us?
Oh, and that's another one that I heard when I was watching the Ancient Aliens is the aliens came here to make human alien hybrids, and we have human alien hybrids here because I don't know why they would do that. I didn't get that
Why
far into
not?
it, but
I mean,
yeah.
DNA. If assuming they have DNA and mate like we do, then it would eventually wear down.
Maybe all the appearances and like DNA and stuff of humans, but then they would have the smarts and stuff of aliens. I don't know.
Or actually, petri dish experiment. Like the entire planet's just a giant. Oh no! The planet's flat.
That's right.
It's a petri dish.
There
So
you
how
go.
if the alien? Okay, so if the Earth is flat and it's got a big old dome over it, how did the aliens get through the dome?
No, it's a lid. They take it off and then.
Oh, we're a snow globe,
Yes. The aliens have a secret entrance.
and they just
They just no. Like, so you know how a petri dish is shaped, right?
Yeah.
There's no dome. It's flat. It's just high up enough that we can.
Yeah, that's right.
that's why it looks curved on the.
Yeah, and that's why the water
Every time an
doesn't go
earthquake
off.
happens, it's them lifting the lid.
Well, and when it floods,
Oh
they
shit!
accidentally spilt water in.
Oh no! Someone shook it wrong, and then all the water went whoop.
No, little Johnny, no. That's not a play toy. That's Mommy's ant farm.
Oh my god, you're beautiful. Oh shit.
Okay, so Adrian, what did you find that
Oh.
you kind of agree with?
Oh, I don't want to talk about it.
No, let's.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Nah.
I'll tell you one of mine.
You go first.
Dragons really did exist.
Nice.
Interesting. Okay.
If aliens can exist, dragons can exist.
This is fair. 9/11 was an inside job.
Interesting.
But you're not the only person I've heard say that. Or
No,
talk about
Right,
that.
but I don't believe it. Like, so I think it's plausible for our own government to absolutely self-sabotage just so they can go to war.
Oh yeah.
So, like, that is not a far-fetched idea.
It's absolutely not a
and
far-fetched.
do what exactly?
Well, at the time, Bush wanted to go after Saddam,
Like,
and he couldn't.
My re-
they
because
framed
they're
the
not-
wrong people to go
My-
attack other brown people, so...
My retort is he could have just sent in a special operations team and killed them.
Not with Congress's approval.
It's not an act of war. He doesn't need Congress's approval.
But then that can come back on him. And
Why?
he's doing a, personal vendetta, and he doesn't want that on him.
'Cause it looks like a personal vendetta either way.
Yeah, but this is more plausible because you can say weapons of mass
It's easier to get
destruction.
away with it when you play to the racism of people.
Right. So the problem with this theory is that the attack of Iraq was because of quote unquote weapons of mass destruction, not because of 9/11.
Right.
So we did a dual operation and went into Iraq and Afghanistan at the same time.
Great. We're shittier than I thought. Fantastic. I don't...
Well, no, but you said that we did the inside job to go attack Iraq.
Well, the people who flew the planes into the buildings and everything else learned how to fly in the United States. Even Bin Laden himself.
Oh, absolutely.
When it came to school here.
I think if you want to talk about a bigger conspiracy theory, which is not a conspiracy theory, it's a fact, is thus. The intelligence agency knew the attack was going to happen.
Well, just like they knew Corona was going to happen.
No.
COVID was going to happen.
They hadn't updated their systems. So one part of the intelligence agency of the FBI was not able to talk to the other part because they had old technology. They had like something that didn't communicate with each other.
That sounds
they
like a
had-
bullshit-ass excuse.
They had the information
The top.
and it never got passed on to the correct people.
That sounds like a real bad excuse.
This is actually what happened. This is not a conspiracy theory. Those are facts. The FBI knew.
Well, let's hope that got fixed.
And no, it did, because eventually, so as I'm learning Scrum and Agile, they went in there and they took a $40 billion project in order to upgrade all the technologies of the FBI
Right.
and dwindled that down significantly. But that was also part of the reason that this upgrade
Lack
in
of
technology
communication.
had to happen, because they had that information and it never got to where it needed to go. And then the two towers fell. So That's real stuff.
Pretty fucked up.
So I think that kind of falls in line of why that conspiracy theory started, that it was an inside job, was because the government had information and didn't do anything.
That's the
It looks
first
like
I've
they sat
heard
on it.
of that, though. What I've heard is the fuel from the jet engines wouldn't have burned that way. Or the way they crashed into it, it would have...
It does look like it was demolition, but...
And so, okay, here we go. One, they didn't test the jet fuel 1,500 feet up in the air on top of a building that just got a plane shoved through it at X amount of miles per hour. Right? There's more than just taking jet fuel, putting on a piece of steel, and letting it on fire and going, look, it doesn't work.
This is one of his favorites. He gets really passionate about this one.
So
he hates this conspiracy theory.
I know.
Rile him up with it.
Yeah.
So after all of the destruction, and then the fuel heating up the steel enough to make it pliable, the weight of the floors above the crash site helped to push it down. Now, people say is demolition charges going off. No, it's concrete crashing down on itself as the tower starts to fall.
So
It's
the
breaking
way-
the concrete several floors below it as it's
falling
just
onto
destroying.
itself
Yes.
instead of falling over like people think it should.
No. It was engineered, if it falls, to fall down exactly how it fell.
Oh, okay.
Those towers, those big ass skyscrapers in the cities aren't made to fall off to their side like they do in the movies.
Right, because I think if it falls off, like if a building is going to suddenly dismantle itself, it's still safer to kill the people only in that building than all the other people around it as well.
Yeah, they're engineered to crash down on itself. Plus, if it was truly a demolition, they wouldn't have...
You would see setup.
Well, you wouldn't... Yes, but you wouldn't need so many charges to bring the fucking building down.
Right.
You don't need charges
if you take down
every
the bottom,
floor.
if you
Right.
take down
I
the
mean,
bottom,
if you just
then
watch...
yeah.
If you watch any building demolition... They're
Right,
not
it
charged
does.
every fucking floor. They now have 7,000 pounds of dynamite and they're fucking C4ing every little floor all the way up. I mean, this is just not how it works. Plus, the electrical charge. So, in order to set the explosives off, you'd have to have wires running to all said explosives in the buildings. You would need a person that would have to set it off, but the amount of time that would take to get from the point where they set the charge through the wires all the way up to the starting point of the demolition, because if it was really a demolition, they started blowing it up toward the plane crash, not at the bottom of the building. So it would have to travel all the way up, start blowing up there. Then the electrical would have to travel down before the building crashed down onto it. That's hella fast. Then I don't think it's possible.
I didn't retain any of that.
You weren't supposed to. It's for them.
Okay, so I can see how it could be looked at as an inside job. I don't think it was, like, because of like you said, and I mean
But the problem is they didn't need that to go to Iraq. They had the weapons of mass destruction in order to go to Iraq.
They needed it to make people extra racist. Not that it's hard to do, as we've seen in these last dear old 4 years.
I don't think it has anything to do with racism.
You have much more hope for people than
I
do.
think it's less racism, more prejudice, because you're actually not really the skin color, it's their religion or their system, how they do their.
If anything, it was a a redo, a mulligan of what we should have did during Desert Storm and just killed the motherfucker, and then we wouldn't have this problem to begin with. We already attacked his country once. We went in there, we lit his ass up with missiles. Our military strolled up to the Capitol, and we're like, you want to die, or are you good? He's like, I'm good. We're friends. And we leave him alone. And then he fucks off again. Now we come back to after 9/11 and attack Iraq.
This is how you handle dictators. Are you gonna behave? Are you sure? Okay. Okay.
No. Okay,
That's what First Bush did.
we're gonna tell you what to do, and as long as you do what we tell you to do, you're good. When you stop doing that, we're gonna come back over here.
My question is, has the government learned its lesson from funding military
The answer to that question
people
is no.
or rebels
No, they
to
haven't.
fight other countries,
We still give money.
and it turns around to being Bin Laden using our own money against us
we
to being a
still
terrorist?
give money to other countries, and
So
we
dumb.
don't keep track of what they do with it. They're doing whatever the fuck they want to do with
So dumb. It is so dumb.
it. Okay, so do you think COVID was an inside job and they wanted to use it to
Pacify?
get rid of most, if not all, of the baby boomers?
They didn't do a good job.
They did a terrible job.
A lot of the older people from, say, the late 60s, mid 60s back.
Nope. I believe it. We're coming after you, baby boomers. It's fucking
60s
time.
I think mom and dad are considered baby boomers. Like, my grandparent, your grandparents, my grandparents are
Time to
considered baby
depopulate the
boomers.
planet,
Because
motherfuckers.
it was from, like,
I don't think it was to kill off baby boomers.
that's one of the conspiracy theories going around, is that Obama's scientists from Obama administration were over there helping the Chinese government. Is that who did it?
Yes. We were helping a communist government.
Yes,
Does that
to
make sense?
develop-
No.
to
First,
develop-
does that make sense?
to develop this.
Listen, communism and socialism are the same thing.
Wink, wink. But they won't want our help. China don't want our help. When does China want our help?
Can I explain what the?
No, you can explain, but just right off the bat, that's
I'm
a
not
problem
saying
with the
I
conspiracy.
believe in this. I'm
No
saying,
one said you do, but
Okay.
I'm gonna debate the conspiracy theory.
I just want to interject here to note that Oliver smells like chocolate.
Oliver is chocolate.
Gorgeous cat. Why do you smell like
He
chocolate?
can't wait to be on the video.
He probably wants to know why you're smelling him.
Do you smell like
What did he
chocolate?
get into to smell like chocolate?
I don't know.
That would be my concern.
Right? Where's chocolate?
Maybe he just smells like chocolate.
That's his natural musk. I smell like chocolate.
Brown sugar is my nostril.
But no, yeah, it's that was Obama's administration's scientists were helping the Chinese government, or scientists, develop this virus, helped it escape the lab. And
Okay, listen,
get over
Obama's done.
here-
He's tired. Like, he's...
Yeah, but they killed off a bunch of people in Europe too. That was the whole point. We were trying to thin out the population.
Well, yes, it goes even further into not just like the baby boomers for here, but like thin out global population.
I was gonna say, why not just release it here? Why do we go to China?
There are more strategic ways to mass murder people that don't require a virus.
Right?
I'm just telling you a conspiracy.
Watch
know.
him. He wants on the table.
I'm just fighting it. So, all right, cool. Well, that was fun.
That was a little boring.
I had fun.
I had fun. You're just not a conspiracy theorist. So,
Next time on JM, we find out why Oliver smells like chocolate. Maybe
No.
he's made out of it.
No, we do not.
don't make promises we can't keep. Thanks for jamming with us. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think. We want to hear from you. We'll see you next time. Bye.